collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Welcome to another episode of the Robert Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. That guy right there, that is David Parkman. That's right, David Parkman of the Parkman Show. David Parkman Show. Let me stop. That's Kirk Cameron. But don't he look like David Parkman? Don't he look just like him, man? I'm telling you, he looked just like David Parkman. Is it Parkman or Pac-Man or whatever it is? I need to talk about this dude and a couple other people who just don't get it and not going to ever get it because it's all about towing a party line and thinking what they're doing is best for America, when in long term it's the most dangerous thing for America. Now, Jimmy Dore is, to me, one of the best commentators on YouTube. He's one of the best commentators on YouTube. He doesn't toe a party line. He is not about taking sides. Because you know me, I'm Robert Brown, Bob TV, the host of the Robert Report. You know my motto is I don't take sides. I'm about to take over. In other words, my mission is not to toe a party line. I'm not trying to get donations. I'm not trying to be on a television show. I'm not kissing up to the establishment media for nothing. I'm not trying to be on MSNBC, NBC, and never will be. Number one, because I'm an old country boy from Southern boy from South Florida, and I will butcher the English language. So I'm not that much of an effective communicator. In other words, I don't pronounce my words right. I'm still saying fence to go to the store. Man, who took the whatchamacallit from the house, man? I still use those words. So I'm not the most elegant person to be on those types of shows. What I do, I don't do to gain subscription. I've seen people who started off way past me and blew past me in 10, 20,000s. Why? Because they're good at what they do. Shout outs to Jamal Thomas. Blew right past me, but that's my boy. I appreciate it. I love him. He know it. And my thumbs up to him. And I'm excited for his success. Now him and his wife traveling around the world doing news report. I'm proud of that brother. Me, I haven't even cracked 2,000 yet, and I've been in this game for about a few years now. While you're at it, click the subscribe button and go ahead and subscribe now so we can get our numbers up. Now, like I said, I'm not into that. And I want to talk about that for a second because this is so important to me. So important to me. I am not into building a giant media empire. I'm not into building a giant YouTube channel. I love commentating. I love politics. Matter of fact, you're going to see a whole lot of stuff on Bob TV on YouTube. I love doing movie reviews. I love reviewing food. I love traveling. I love going to a hotel. I like to review the hotel. So I started Big Rob Reviews. I'm always looking for the best deals for people like you and me. Save that money and put it in a trust fund or something. If I see a Big Mac for $3 and I know where I can get it for $1, I'm telling you about it. So Big Rob Reviews is this. I got another channel where I talk about love and how to love people unconditionally, even when they are unlovable. That's the Winner with Love channel on YouTube. I have another channel where I talk about identity theft. I work for an organization that provides legal protection and identity theft for our community. I got so much stuff that I do, and I don't do it for making money, and I don't know how to do it for making money. I guess that's a good thing. I never really looked into it to get money anyway. I'm not doing this to do click views or nothing like that. But serious, where is Bond? Sam Cedar, David Parkman, and I guess Benjamin Dixon, who I never had a problem with. Benjamin Dixon, smart, intelligent young black man. Show is blowing up. One of his people on his team, Anoa Chunga, beautiful black woman. Appreciate her. Fan. But this is where I stop. When you start crapping on other progressives, calling them names, matter of fact, let me just shut up and let you hear this.
Okay, I've got to talk about something that I think some people aren't going to like. You know that on this show there are no sacred cows, right? This is a left-wing progressive show, so a lot of the criticisms are of right-wing ideas and of right-wing people, but there's no shortfall, there's no shortage of misguided left-wing ideas and left-wing people, and I call them out. I don't believe in tribalism that says even if there are people on the left who are toxic or have bad ideas, you can't criticize them because they're part of the same movement, the same tribe. Okay, I've got to talk about something that I think some people aren't going to like. You know that on this show there are no sacred cows, right? This is a left-wing progressive show, so a lot of the criticisms are of right-wing idea and of right-wing people, but there's no shortfall, there's no shortage of misguided left-wing ideas and left-wing people, and I call them out. I don't believe in tribalism that says even if there are people on the left who are toxic or have bad ideas, you can't criticize them because they're part of the
Already, this guy calling people misguided left-wingers, misguided progressive. Who made you the expert of calling people misguided, son? Because they don't follow your view? Because you want to kiss up to the Democratic Party and push the Democratic Party on the road to victory because you think Democrats are the only progressive in the world? And that we have no choice but to toe the Democratic Party line? Let me slow this down, please. Let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Movement, the same tribe, the same left wing.
There are many tribes in this party, David Packman. The Democratic Party do not own the label left wing. Matter of fact, today's Democratic Party is nowhere near the left. They're as centric as they can get, son. Centric as they can get. Now, matter of fact, I don't even consider the Democratic Party centric or left-wing or progressive. They're lightweight Republicans and have a lot of conservatism in them. I got a little conservative in me. I'm not even going to front. There's certain things I am a conservative on, but most things I am progressive. But let's get back into this, Mr. Parkman.
So last week we got a live call. As you know, Pat, we don't screen live calls for topics. People can ask anything they want. And a caller said, David, what do you think about Jimmy Dore, who's now going to battle against Sam Cedar or Bernie, AOC, Andrew Gillum, I don't even know how he says his last name. And I gave my opinion. I gave my opinion, as I always do, which was to say in this case that I think Jimmy Dore has become totally toxic. I think he's a useful idiot and it's
So you think Jimmy Dore is toxic? Toxic to who? He wants to be toxic to your party. I want to be toxic to your party. He wants to be toxic to the Republican. He's like me. We don't take sides. We're about taking over. We're not about a party taking over. We're about the people taking over. And the people don't need a party to take over. They don't have to co-sign or side with a party to take over. When the people come together and form a block and go to a politician, in my book, politician per politician, one by one, and get in their face and say, this is what we need for this community. And if you're not providing it, you can forget our vote. I don't care who you are. When you get to that point, see, this is the time where we ain't got time to be taking sides. The reason we got Trump is because of your thinking. You want to support somebody who cheated and conned and schemed their own Democratic Party member who were running for office. But you want us to forget about that and say, okay, all right, I forgive you and I'll go ahead and go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. I'll go ahead and vote for Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Cancers to our democracy. But you want that. Why? Because you're trying to get your show up. You're trying to have your show up and hopefully get it featured on NBC. Maybe you can be, you want to be the Fox version. You want to be the NBC version of the Tucker Carlton show. You going to call him a useful idiot? Why? You saying he's the idiot that's being used for Trump? Well, you're an idiot that's been used for the Clintons or the Democratic Party. I don't trust none of you. And I don't think one is better than the other. One is the lesser evil than the other either. Yes, I agree with that. But the bottom line, you're evil, and I don't want to support evil, and I'm not going to support evil. Ever. That's why I took off my party hat, became an independent, because I'm going to vote on the individual personally based on their past record, their present actions, and what they plan to do in the future. And they better have a black agenda. A black agenda. Because even though we have people like Gilliam and Obama and all that running for office and Ayanna and all these people running for office, we're tired in the black community. We're tired of people running for office, co-signing colored people to run for office at that. Black people, that's the old school black in me, calling people colored, co-signing for black people to run for office and Hispanics to run for office. But yet when we get in office, we form a caucus or some kind of pact. You want to ignore everything that we're trying to push for. You want us to become centric instead of leftists. Jimmy Dore ain't supposed to be on your side. I'm not supposed to be on your side. What make you think he need to be a useful non-idiot for you? I'm not on your side. There's millions that's out on your side. You're on the wrong side. Because you think you got it. You're smarter than everybody. And you may be. I know you're way smarter than me. But I got common sense, heart, and I know what's right in my book. And what's right in my book is you don't support crooks, con artists, and schemers. You don't put them in office, number one. And you don't run them. That's why the laws need to change where it just has to be some kind of way. It has to be some kind of way where we can screen these people, we can do lie detector tests or whatever to keep these people from running for office. The reason we have Kavanaugh is not Trump. The reason we have Kavanaugh is because you guys sat there and co-signed for crooks in the Democratic Party instead of calling them out to the point that Bernie ended up being the nominee. And we wouldn't even have Trump. But no, you co-signed to Hillary Clinton, knowing what she'd done, knowing how she pretty much pimped the Democratic Party, knowing that even in court they say we can do whatever we want to do. We can railroad and stab whoever we want to do. We're a private organization. You know that. Now I'm just an old New York boy from the South, living in New York City. That's all I am. But I'm an American and I'm a voter. The Democratic Party do not own progressivism. Your show is not a progressive show. Your show is a centric-leaning show. Again, people trip me out. The home of progressives. If your news show was the home of progressives, how come you're not pushing Green Party candidates? If your home is the home of they're progressives, more progressive than Democrats. If your show is the home of progressives, how come there's not more talk about Democratic Socialist Party, Working Families Party? Why do you look down on them? But you're the home of progressives. Yeah, the other one, TYT or YTT or PYT, Pretty Young Thing Television, whatever it is, they say the same thing. The home of progressives. Everybody wants to be the home of progressive. NBC wants to be the home of progressives. What am I going to do with you people, man? What am I going to do? How do I put this out here for people to understand that in this generation, in this time, and we want to see drastic change in the United States, we want to see the saving of our democracy, quick, fast, in a hurry. It can't be co-opted in the party. But you, Sam Cedar, you, David Packman, you're trying to say the only way it's going to be done is in the Democratic Party. And I'm telling you, the only way it's not going to get done. It's never going to get done in any party. Haven't been done since then. Matter of fact, it's been deteriorating in the Democratic Party. Let me get back to this and finish this thing out because, oh boy.
Of really bad movements. And I got a ton of angry emails and dislikes and even a handful of people who had paid subscriptions to the show who canceled them. This is really a concern. It's a concern for me, but it's a concern for the left.
Now, I'm not going to keep putting my pretty face up here, but how is this a concern for the left, young man? It's a concern for you because you lost subscription and you lost a lot. Why? Because people that are independent who could care less about the Democratic Party or the Republican Party love Jimmy Dore. Love him. Why? Because he's not towing party lines. He's not taking sides. And when he smell a fish, he smell a fish. And Gilliam is smelling fishy. Ocasio starts smelling like a fish when she said, oh, we're going to endorse Cuomo and we're going to help Cuomo win. You know that man railroaded Cynthia. You know he did. Somebody in this camp, and he need to take the blame for it. Send that letter out calling her anti-Semitic. Just like somebody in this camp, and they said it was him, that sent the letter out when his dad was running against Mayor Ed Koch, saying don't vote for the homo, vote for Cuomo. You know this man has closed down an ethics committee when they started looking at him. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But that's okay with you, Pac-Man. We need somebody like Cuomo. Despite how evil he is, but he's lesser. Right? No. Lesser, greater, whatever, is still evil. Less sugar is healthy for you than more sugar. But after a while, the less sugar can get healthy if you keep drinking it, consuming it all the time. So, dude, stop this. You called the man a useful idiot. You called him toxic. All because he's not like you guys. He don't think like you guys. And you think everybody on the left need to think like you guys. And everybody on the left need to walk like and talk like, then we'll be you, dude. And nobody don't want to be Kirk Cameron wannabe.
Example email. Okay. This is from former member Jacqueline, who said, David, it's very disappointing that you have opted to do on-air attacks on Jimmy Dore. Quote, completely toxic, useful idiot, and dumb left were the choice words. By extension, you are referring to his audience as well, which happens to overlap with your audience. Sadly, I was foolish enough to pay the annual fee for my Pacman membership, which was valid till next ... I still canceled anyway. You can consider this hatred mail if you so choose, but that's not what it is. By having segments attacking other progressives who aren't lockstep with your views, you are the one being toxic. This is one of a handful of people who wrote me stuff like this and canceled membership. So first of all, just consider the irony that they say I'm being toxic by attacking a progressive who's not in lockstep with my views. By canceling their memberships because I think Dore is toxic, they are attacking me financially for not being in lockstep with their views. It's sort of the same thing. This is really important.
Okay. Now you're a little upset because she got. You're a little upset because she canceled a membership, and rightfully so. I get people who cancel my membership, and rightfully so, and who unsubscribe from me. I get it. Because at once in the blue moon, I say something about Trump, bad, get people canceled. I say something good, they join. I didn't get in this. I did not get in this game to make a living off this. If I do, great. That's why I got 2 jobs in a business, man. I'm tired. That's why I don't put content up here like I want to, because I'm not at that level. And I'm not pushing people. If this thing's going to happen, it's going to happen by osmosis. I'm not going to be worried about numbers and getting numbers up. That's up to you guys. If you like stuff, you share it, you subscribe, you give to. I'm gonna get away from Patreon, and I'm gonna put my Venmo link on there if you want to support me in doing more of this. Plus, at the end of every video, I'm gonna show a video of a service that I think can benefit you guys, and the proceeds from the service will help me take time off to do more content. But that's it. I'm not doing that. I'm not worried about losing subscriptions like Pacman. I'm not worried about somebody calling me toxic. I am toxic. I am toxic. Why? Because I loathe the current Democratic Party, and I loathe the Republican Party. I love being an independent, and I'm looking at each individual running for office regardless of their party. I mentioned in the previous interview that the only reason I will support Gilliam or would tell people to vote for Gilliam in Florida is not because he's a Democrat. It's because he's a person running for office. And he's done things in this community in Tallahassee. I got the record and family members in Tallahassee who he's worked with that have told me this. And I believe that if he brings the same thing to the state of Florida, regardless, he will win. And Florida will be better, especially for my black community, if he have a black agenda. And I believe in the philosophy of taking care of all colors, but don't let the black folks continue to fall in the crack. Because every time somebody say they're going to do that, we deteriorate even worse. We need to be put on a platform, a high platform, and a high priority. Back to this useful idiot mess. So you're getting upset because she canceled a subscription and she called you toxic. You are. You are. Because you're whining and complaining, calling people idiot and useful because they don't toe your party line. Jimmy Dore is right about everything he's doing. These people who say they're running for office, you got to watch them with one eye open. Co-opt them to be a progressive and no, doggone well they're eccentric. I'm not taking the fact that Gilliam is not eccentric, but he ran on progressive policies, and I hope that he have a change of heart. I'd rather trust that hope over DeSantis. Right now, we don't have anybody of significance running against him and outside these two parties. And let me keep going.
Don't miss the irony of that. But more importantly, the left can't be like this, okay? There are bad ideas on the left and right. There are bad faith actors on the left and right. There are way more on the right, and we mostly focus on the ones on the right. But consider the opposite. When I get a call that says, David, what do you think about the direction Jimmy Dore has gone in? My alternative, instead of giving you my honest opinion, is to lie and say he's doing great work. Would the audience want me to lie and just say something like that because of tribalism or so that?
Look, I got passionate for nothing. But what I was basically saying, Jimmy Dore is supposed to be toxic. The toxic didn't start with Jimmy Dore. The toxic started with the Democratic Party when Hillary Clinton took over the party, started structuring that policy so she can win that election, even though Bernie was running. It was toxic. And it got even more toxic when the Bernie Sanders people, such as myself, decided we're not going to support a crook for an office. So is that toxic philosophy? Is that bad thinking? Is that tribalism? I don't know Ben Dixon that well. He's well educated. I wouldn't dare, I'm not a debater. I'm not a master debater. I wouldn't do it anyway. I got a girl. Let me stop. I'm not a debater. I'm just a person that comes from the heart with my commentary and what I know on these streets. David Pakman, Sam Cedar, and anybody else listening, you do not own progressivism. You are not the home of progressives. Chen Yuga said it with TYT. David Pakman says it. A couple others said this is the place for progressives. No, you're the place of Democrats. You are not even left. Every time I hear you talk, I hear centrism. You promote centrism. You support lightweight Republicans and centered line Democrats. You are a center Democrat. You are not left, and you're not progressive. Jimmy Dore is a progressive. Cal Kalinske is a progressive. I don't know about Ching Yuga, but Cal Kalinske is. Tim Black, Jamal Thomas, myself, Sandy Shows. I can go on and on. Progressives. Sure, we're hybrid. We got a little something here and there, but progressives. The Green Party is a progressive party. The Democratic Socialist Party is a progressive party. You are not the only progressive party. Yet you might have a few people in the Democratic Party that are progressives, but that don't mean you own the title. You do not own the title leftism, and you don't own the title progressivism. Most of the progressives in this world are non-affiliated, and they don't owe you anything. And and for you to call them toxic is stupid. You call them toxic because they don't follow the way you think they should go. No, you're toxic because you want to continue to go through centrism and go through incremental. I can't even say the word. I say it slow, step by step. The step by step stuff, incrementalism. People are tired of this incrementalism. They're tired of this sideshow from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. They're tired of people saying, vote for me because I'm better than this person. That stops. That stops. No more of that. We're tired of that. That's been going on for decades. I'm better than this person. And it just keeps getting worse. Now it goes from I'm better than this person in thought and philosophy. I'm better than this person in religion to now I'm better than this person because I'm not a rapist. He's a rapist. This stuff is stupid. I'm not even going to continue to go through this crap, man, because Sam Cedar, bruh, you're wrong. David Pakman, you're wrong. Now, you may be right about where you're at and your vision, the vision of centered Democrat, the vision of incrementalism, if I said that right. But majority of America don't want that crap, and you can tell them they need to go that way. They're not. You can call it toxic. No, it's not toxic. It's that I call centrism and incrementalism, weak, passive, aggressive. Bunch of punks don't got no guts to demand more for this country. I'm tired of this stuff. Tired of this stuff. I'm done. I don't know what else to say, man, but I'm tired. You're going to crap on this man because he had it up to here with these fake progressive politicians running as progressives, knowing doggone well they're centric, the people that line up to you. No, you want them to, you know what they're up to. You know they're not real progressive. You know they're centrist. And you want them to use Bernie Sanders' platform, and you want everybody that used to support Bernie Sanders to go along with that program, and they get swamped back to centralism. They're toxic, useful idiots being used to help Trump. And Trump would say, we're being used to help you if we listen to help the Democratic Party if we listen to what you say. So you think we're doing what we're doing, dividing the Democratic Party to help Trump win. You got to get this, man. There's no dividing of the Democratic Party. The Democratic divide itself. Jimmy Dore didn't do that. Kyle Kalisian didn't do that. Tim Black didn't do that. Nico House didn't do that. Heck, H.A. was a Democrat that turned Republican because of what you did. He hate that. That flipped him over. I ain't never flipping over. I ain't got to like neither one of you parties. And I'm definitely not supporting Trump. Because I know Trump. You see this background behind me? That's New York City. Everybody knows Trump. That's why Trump would never win an election here. Because they know the man. They know him. Trump. One of the biggest mob bosses in U.S. history. Faking to be a successful businessman. And got a lot of people fooled over that mess. The bottom line is Sam Cedar. The bottom line, David Pakman, is the Democratic Party is horrible. The Republican Party are horrible. Democratic Party is not less horrible. They're just as horrible. They may not be doing the horrible things for legislation-wise, but as a party, they're horrible and need to be revamped. Torn all up. They need to go through a home improvement. Need to get the property brothers in there to knock that thing down and rebuild it. Bernie Sanders think he's the property brothers, but Bernie Sanders, you're not the property brothers. You got to remember, they got a producer that run the show. You ain't tearing nothing down without them letting you. I'm done, son. I'm done, son. Now I know David Pakman said, well, we need you guys to get in line because Bernie Sanders is going to be running for office soon. Independents are not going to vote for Bernie Sanders by, you ain't going to tell them to get in no line. And who are the hell are you to tell people to get in line? It don't work that way. Independents got the power, blacks got the power, Hispanic got the power. Those three power blocks, if they get together, they can demand whatever they want in this government. They're fed up and need to be fed up. I'm one of those white people that I'm not going to allow the Democratic Party to use me. I peeped their game. Nothing happened in the past 40 years. Nothing. And that stops. I don't care who is in office. It stops. You think I am not willing to lay my life down for true democracy? I'll lay my life down to see true change in the duopoly party system. This thing got to be crushed, man. It's killing our democracy. And Sam Cedar and David Pakman and what they just did concerning Jimmy Dore proves it. Because you're going to crap on people because they don't follow your philosophy, follow your ways. Follow what you believe should be the right thing to do. They believe the right thing to do is to take off the party hat, look at the individuals one by one, and call them to accountability. They believe in the purity test. Heck no, heaven and hell no. We don't want nobody, we're not going to vote for nobody in office that's not going to be for universal health care, making sure everybody get health care no matter how much, whatever, no cost. The reason Trump got elected is because he told people that lie that he was going to try to find something like that. He ain't did it yet. Hillary Clinton talking about it'll never happen. Incrementalism. $12 minimum wage, Hillary Clinton. Trump, we need to reverse the minimum wage. Two dumb ideas. $15 album did not originate with Bernie Sanders. Green Party been asking for that a long time ago, and now it's the big thing. And you think that you can co-sign for true progressive and true leftism. Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat. He ran in the Democratic Party. He's not registered. He's not registered. These philosophies, the Democratic Party is trying to co-sign for or co-opt. The whole Green Party platform, the Democratic Party, and Bernie Sanders' platform, they're picking out these, having people feel like they're going to run on those platforms, and if they run, turn around and be centric. That ain't going to happen on these watches, Doc. It ain't, man. So Sam Cedar, David Pakman, you don't know what the hell you talking about. We've gotten to the point in America, this mess, what you're doing, that's bullshit. That's BS. It's all BS. It's all BS. Come with something better than that, bro. Stop blaming Jimmy Dore. Stop blaming me. Stop blaming people who have a platform like you, similar to you, that can have the ability to influence people. See, you have the ability to influence people, and what you're doing is trying to influence people to hear it your way and follow your lead. And when people buck up against that, and be very aggressive about it, because Jimmy Dore is aggressive. That's why he got the show called Aggressive Progressive. You call him a useful idiot because he's doing what you're doing. The thing is he's not sold out to the Democratic Party. The thing is he's not going to kiss nobody behind. Thing is, he don't give a crap about memberships for his podcast or for his webcast. He don't. He's going to always speak truth to the power. My question is, when you going to do it? I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report, man. Peace. Hey, if you like the content, please like it, share it through all the social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, make sure you stop me right now and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell like that, a little bell. You gotta click that. That'll let you know when I'm dropping a video. Whoop, there it is. And by all means, if you want to support through Patreon, I appreciate people who appreciate the program and want to donate to the cause of Bob TV. And I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report.